Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How's everybody doing this week? I hope you're off to a great start, and we are here with Season 5, Episodes 5 and 6 of Friends. These are some really good ones, in my opinion, or at least one of them really shines, in my opinion, because we are full into Monica and Chandler hiding the relationship with everybody, and those are just some of my favorite episodes.
So funny. Agreed. Yeah, these are, I really like, we've been talking a lot about how Monica's character is going to just start becoming more central now, and really like these episodes. Especially this first one that we'll be getting into, the one with the Kips, is really good.
Just in general, I think it's really good. I think it's important for Friends that the Monica character is fairly central.
Right? I mean, she is the glue.
I agree. She doesn't have to be in the forefront all the time. Yeah. But she is the hostess. It's her apartment. Yeah. If everyone's just going over to Monica's place and then she's just in the background of all the action all the time, it's not always as great, I think. Yeah. Like, those are some of the weaker episodes. So. Yeah.
And she's kind of like, she definitely has her crazy moments, but she's like a grounding force within the group too, I feel like. So she's home base. Like, again, like you said, they go back to her apartment. Well, like,
her craziness stems from being like over controlling.
Over competitive, a little bit unhinged at times.
Yes. But that craziness is still rooted in a idea of wanting to, make sure everything is going the right way. And that is important for all the other friends to have that around.
Well, in fact, one of my favorite Monica lines is coming up. I forget if it's in this group or the next couple, but where she says, "We have to control the fun."
Yes. Oh gosh.
TV has Monica. The Mad Libs.
Doesn't really count as good Mad Libs.
That way.
Doesn't really count in our head as good Mad Lib. Anyway.
But thanks everyone to, hanging out with us and listening in and providing feedback and just joining us for these fun rewatches. Those of you who, obviously, if you're listening in on this, it's because you're a big Friends fanatic just as we are. So if you haven't reached out yet, please do. We would love to hear from you, either through a comment or through an email. What do you think about some of the stuff that we're talking about? And, when we have questions that come up, please give us your thoughts, join in. And a
quick thank you for all the social media presence as well. I believe, I'll have to double check it at some point, but I believe we had a YouTube short this week hit our all-time high in views watched. So thank you guys very much for that. We really appreciate it. And keep, clicking the like button or dropping comments as you guys have been. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, very cool. So just to really recap where we left off in our last podcast about Friends, we had Emily leaving Ross at the wedding and showing up at the airport only to see Rachel boarding the airplane to go to Greece. Monica and Chandler were deciding to keep seeing each other after they returned home from London. Chandler then was kissing Rachel and Phoebe as they walked in on him kissing Monica, just to cover, to keep the secret alive, to keep the cover up going. And that was his way of, I guess, maneuvering out of that, which it passed. Apparently they fell for that.
Apparently so.
And then we had Emily, though, ended up rejecting Ross's attempts to fix their marriage because... and then basically gave Ross the ultimatum of, he needs to wait. No, actually, hold on. Sorry. Let me backtrack here. Emily was rejecting. Well, I was thinking this wasn't. Oh, that was the last
thing that we saw was that Emily had made the request for Rachel to not be around anymore.
Okay. Yes.
And Ross accepted it, even though Rachel didn't really know that she was kind of like steering him in the direction of accepting that information.
Yes, thank you. That right. I'm like, wait, which part what did we leave off at? That's right. And Rachel was also telling Ross that she's still in love with him, which was a bit awkward. But then we also had Phoebe going into labor. So there was a lot that happened in those last 2 episodes. So now Phoebe had the babies, and that's where we leave things now with the one with the Kips, season 5, episode 5.
So the one with the Kips has a lot going on for it. We have Chandler and Monica planning their trip away. We have Ross having to break the news to Rachel that he is, in fact, going to not see her anymore because Emily has agreed to come to New York. And we also get Joey finding out about Chandler and Monica.
Oh, so good. In London.
I mean, let's start with that, right? Let's start with that. I mean, the irony is the Chandler and Monica trip away section of this episode, whatever.
I know.
Like, they only show them in a hotel changing rooms like a whole bunch of times because Monica is always finding something wrong with the room. And Chandler just wants to watch the police chase. And then they come back, basically. So the whole trip away is a throwaway. Nobody cares about the trip.
Although, I will say before the trip, though, I do appreciate Joey not realizing that the sun is not is fully up at 9 a.m. and that they tricked him thinking it was 9 a.m. and I gotta watch that sunrise. It's like, Joey, what is happening here? This is bad even for Joey. It's ridiculous.
That's not good for Joey. That's certainly not good for Joey. But we then have, I mean, essentially Joey learning that both of them saw Donald Trump hanging out outside an elevator.
Oh, yeah.
And that the hotel had called Chandler because he left his eyelash curler there. And he tried to play it off as, yes, that's mine. Even though it was Monica's. Yes, were you or were you not on a gay cruise?
On a gay cruise.
I'm only going to ask you once. And so Joey puts it all together. Joey of all of them is the first one to connect all the dots. He's got all the inside info. And they rush him off into the other room and basically tackle him into the bed to explain, yes, you're right. We're all together. Yeah. Like, we're together.
That scene is so great because Joey is always the slowest one to put things together too. And there's and so he's sitting there, he's overhearing, he already heard the story about Donald Trump and the eyelash curler from Chandler. And he's hearing Monica now say, oh yeah, about Donald Trump. And yeah, I misplaced my eyelash curler. And he just starts... He opens his mouth and Chandler is realizing, oh my God, she's saying the same things that I did. And he's looking back and forth and just pointing to both of them. And Chandler just grabs him and they all race off into Monica's room at that point. It's so good. And and he's just like, oh my God. And they're trying to cover up his mouth and keep him quiet. And they're like, yes, it's true. It's true. Like, and
I got to tell someone. I got to tell someone. No. No.
Yes,
like, please don't tell anyone.
And you? Yes, but no one knows. And they like that no one knows because they don't have to explain everything. And, they're both not really great at relationships. So they're liking this part. So it's less pressure because no one knows. And they are just asking, please keep this secret alive for us. And he's happy for them, but also doesn't want to see them make it out in front of him all the time, especially if he's the only one that knows. And I also appreciate when Phoebe in the other room then is talking to Rachel, and she's like, we're so stupid. You know what's going on in there? They're trying to take Joey.
Because because that then connects it to the other storyline that's going on at the same time. But this scene with Joey is absolutely towards the top of my Joey scenes in the entire series.
Yes.
It's when he puts it all together and then gets rushed out of the room. Oh, I don't know that I laugh about it anymore, but I just smile and enjoy watching it happen again.
Whenever I hear in London, I just crack up.
Oh my. It's really good. It's quintessential Friends. Like that is that nostalgia blast moment for me for sure.
Yeah.
And in fact, Joey had a banger episode as far as I'm concerned. He also had the box set up for them to just in case they needed to repopulate the earth. He had put condoms and Mad Libs and stuff inside this security box.
To repopulate the earth. Really?
Right. He had the gay cruise line. He found out. I feel like there were a lot of great Joey moments in here.
Yeah. It is a good Joey episode. I'm not gonna argue with you there. It's a classic Joey episode, I would agree.
Also, when it comes to Ross and Rachel, Joey gives the advice. He's like, "You want my advice?"
Oh.
He's like, "Sure. You're not going to like it. It's okay. You got married too fast."
That's not advice.
That's not advice, Joe.
My God, Joey.
Told you wouldn't like it.
Told you wouldn't like it. Wow.
I laugh at that line every time. The idea that he's already set him up with like, "Listen, you're not going to like it." And he knows that he's going to come back with something and he has it preloaded. Like, "Told you wouldn't like it," even though the response is that it's not advice in the first place.
I know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, I have to say also, right after they're, escaping into Rachel's or Monica's room rather, and they're gathering the box because Ross is trying to tell Rachel in the other room about the promise that he's made to Emily. So they're all like, "All right, let's go into the other room." And Joey is saying, "Well, when I heard about everything that happened and when Ross said Rachel's name in London, rather, I figured this was going to happen again." So he planned ahead. Apparently Joey's a secret prepper and he put this box together. And which is, he would make a terrible prepper based on this box. But, yeah, he put together this stuff, and as they're, in that room, we have Rachel waiting. Ross is trying to explain this to Rachel, what's happening, but she keeps getting distracted. And I love, Eric, how she gets correspondence. Listen, I get that this is the 90s, but she gets this handwritten letter in the mail from her mom telling her that that her childhood dog is dead. And it's just like, there are phones here now, people. Like, this isn't, what year is this?
There are phones.
Terrible. Terrible from Rachel's mom. What the heck?
Stood out to me too, right? Like, what is the function of this letter?
Yeah.
And because you're right. We've argued back and forth on whether or not they do or don't have cell phones and like, what's the timeline here?
Still a landline.
They definitely have an apartment phone. There's a phone for them to call. Phoebe stayed on it for hours one day.
Yes.
They have a phone for sure. I think, so this is where it's always to me like, okay, well, why would you make it a letter? What's the purpose? Why would the writers make it a letter? And I think the only reason that you do that is if she's on the phone, Ross isn't going to talk to her.
No.
But because she's got a letter out, she can like be kinda glancing at the letter. Ross can start saying what he's going to say, and then it could be like, "Oh my God," like as she gets to the part in the letter where the dog has died.
Yes.
Poor LaPoo.
Oh, it's
I
LaPoo
know it's
now.
LaPoo right now.
But it'll get better. Yeah. Ross's face to Phoebe when she says that is great,
it's like, no.
Yeah, it's because they all come out when they hear Rachel crying, assuming that she's crying about the news from Ross, but no, LaPoo was hit by an ice cream truck and dragged for 19 blocks because her mom...
Who hyphenates the word to the back of the page?
Right, her mom not only wrote this horrific news in a letter, but she put it a hyphen and carried it over to the next page, like couldn't even squeeze it in. Oh, gosh.
For what it's worth, the rule of thumb is if the number is higher than 10, you just write the number.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's...
Like, you don't spell it out if it's less than if it's more than 10.
That's
Who's
true.
writing 19?
Oh, yeah.
Like, as soon as you hit 10, it becomes digits.
That's right. That is a really good point. That's so funny. Although it was hilarious, the fact that she had to flip the page, and it's like, wow.
It's the little things though it's not. You got to suspend belief because that's not realistic. But at the same time, it's super funny.
Yeah, and then we did have Ross and Rachel finally, though, reconnecting at Central Park, where Ross is able to... Well, he's first saying, I made a promise, and as he's still trying to tell her here, Rachel, then her nose starts bleeding. So she's like, has her head tilted back, and for some reason I always remember this line where he's like, yeah, I can't see you anymore, and she's like, yeah, I know, it's ridiculous, I can't see you either, and like it's because her head is tilted back and she's taking this very literally at the moment, and also because what he's saying just seems so unbelievable. Like, why would she ever think that he's trying to tell her this?
And I also thought, like, okay, why does she have a bloody nose?
Well, she said this
and
happened
the answer
also.
is it happened when her grandfather passed away. Yeah. So I'm like, you just acquire bloody noses? Like, I thought she was 11 for a second. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, but he does end up, he gets her attention in the apartment.
Yes, that's right. Back at Monica's. Yeah.
Yes, and is able to let her know. At which I'm thinking to myself, you were in the room. You know that he agreed to it. You said to him to agree.
No.
You didn't know what it was.
That's right.
She doesn't know what it was, but she knows that he agreed. She was with him when Emily said that she's coming to London.
You would have...
She should have known that's what the thing was.
How would she have known?
No, she wouldn't know what it was. Okay, that's not my point. When he's saying, hey, I have to not see, or Emily wants me not to see you anymore. She has to put the dots together that he's already agreed to this. Because she's like, well, what are you going to do? And he's like,
I think it's...
I've already agreed.
Yeah, again, I think it's
because you were there and told me to agree to whatever it was.
Yeah.
This is the whatever it was.
Yeah, I think, I feel like it's... there is a little bit of leeway there for me because it just seems so... None of them can believe that these are this is her, condition. But at the same time, it is a very, reasonable condition. We don't like it as Friends viewers because what the heck would the show be without Rachel? But we all secretly want Rachel and Ross just to get together already. But at the same time, it's like, I get her still not quite grasping it. Like maybe she thought this was a second thing that she wanted, but it's like, that's crazy. You can't do that. So what did you tell her? Yeah. It's like, oh my God, you already agreed to this. And he didn't know
yes, we did.
What else to do? He wants to make his marriage work. And he's saying, the good news is I can still see you until she gets here.
That's
goody.
so bad.
That's the best news since the poo died.
Oh, Ross.
Dude.
That's not the answer, man. That's not it.
We can still hang out now.
That is, that's so cringy.
Not good.
Like, oh, great. We get to hang out for 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
And then we have the title of the show coming into play because Rachel is
because I'm Kip.
Yeah.
She's going to be Kip.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey's like, who's Kip?
Mm-hmm.
You're not Kip.
Mm-hmm.
You're Rachel. And he's like, no. And this timeline on this also got me thrown. Where Joey's like, who's Kip?
Right.
Chandler has to explain, oh, it's my old roommate.
Right.
that blah, blah, blah. And we're all used to hang out together and now we don't anymore.
Monica broke up with him.
Monica broke up with him. And so he's out of the group.
He got phased out.
And he got phased out. And this is where Rachel is like, listen, if I assumed at some point the group was going to break up, but I assumed it would be Phoebe. Lifts right out.
You live far away. You're not related. You lift right out. Phoebe's like, oh, what the heck? Yeah, this is that line that we keep going back to because it just fits in so many scenarios. And
There are so many lines I use from this episode between lifting right out, between when they're on their little break, their little vacation. Chandler says, I hear you, Muggsy. I say that one all the time. The other one, like what's the last one? It has to do with the Joey at the end thing. Maybe it's London.
Oh,
in London. Like there's little things like that I just say or use all the time. Oh,
it's
Phoebe.
Now.
When they're making the new group and they're like, bye, Ross.
Forever. Yes. Yeah, well, because Rachel is then coming back to Phoebe and saying, I'm sorry about the whole lifting out thing. Come with me. We're the best ones.
We're the best ones. Which I also say all the time.
Yes.
Like those are like little friendsisms that just continue to pop up in my life forever and ever and ever. But yeah, that sequence of then it all tying back to them thinking that Chandler and Monica are trying to take Joey.
That's right. Yes. Because Phoebe wants him to come along. I do like that line where it's like, Phoebe said you needed to talk to me about a trip or something. This is Joey.
Right.
Because they've been now, they want to take him away. But Ross, Ross does then go to Rachel and say, listen, like, I'll be the one to separate from the group, which makes sense. It's like, he's going to be busy with his new wife, like building a new life. I mean, it makes sense. Like that is the thing.
Like he doesn't get to be married to the woman and also kick all of Rachel's friends out of her life. Yeah. That's not how that works. Like he obviously would be the one to leave and should. Yeah. And should leave. Yeah. And this is not uncharacteristic of many social groups, by the way. Like this happens throughout your life where you have groups of friends and sometimes they fade in and out and other times you stay with them forever. Yeah. But it's just not. I try to explain this to 8th graders. It's hard for them to see it that way.
It's hard to even imagine at all when you're that age for sure. But I mean, hopefully, I'm sure that everyone listening can relate to that a bit about like people coming in and out of your life, but hopefully we haven't had that set as like a condition though. Like that makes it really hard. If you've been told like by a partner, hey, I'll only be with you if you're not friends with this one person anymore. It's like, I mean, but at the same time, as I've said, with Emily in this scenario, I also get it. I mean, he said her name at the altar and clearly like they're exes, like there's a history there. They're still super close. It's just, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's in fact too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's just not something that could be done. And I have never been the one to ever say to anybody, listen, if you're going to hang out with me, you have to stop seeing whoever. But I get it. And
this would be weird.
And I'll say this. I don't think Emily's alone in doing that. I think many people have put that ultimatum out there for it's either me or them. And right at that moment, if that's ever happened to you, right where you stand. And it's now your choice. You are now making the choice. And I would argue the person making the ultimatum, as Emily has made, is only in it for a condition.
Yeah.
They're not in it all the way, which is why Ross has to say, well, listen, even when you get... Oh, wait, am I ahead of myself? That's the next episode.
Yeah, that's the next one.
But the next episode, you see the breakdown where Yeah, let's just roll right into it. I'll come back here for a summary in a second. But where Ross says to Emily, listen, you can't always be here. You can't always know where I am. At some point, you have to trust me.
Yeah, and that's when it's very obvious. Doesn't.
He's like, well, do you trust me? And she says, no.
And I wouldn't either.
And it's hard. It would be impossible to trust him in this circumstance, which again is why it's not Emily's fault. Emily didn't do anything wrong. She's a lovely person. The ultimatum is fair. And at the same time, it is like not, it's 100% justifiable that she is not able to trust him. And when she says no, that's her way of saying, you know what? You're right. This is never going to happen.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like both things can be true. I just don't really I don't like Emily and Ross together, but I don't think that she's this horrible person either. Like, I don't appreciate, as I think we had mentioned in our last episode, that we really don't appreciate that further down in the series, her name comes up again because she's about to get remarried. She reaches out and they're all like, oh my God, she was just the worst to you ever. She made you miserable, I think was the line. And it's like, okay, did she though? Or did you make her miserable and you put her in this situation? Like, you created this mess, Ross.
Yes, that is more what happened. She did ultimately make him miserable by her trying to set boundaries based on his actions.
Yeah.
But, if you look back, I would say all the way through them getting engaged, like even at the engagement moment, Emily is still a lovely person and gets along with everybody.
Oh yeah,
and
she's fine.
Is like hanging out with the friends and like she's starting to hit it off with Monica. It's when they make the announcement that they're like rush jobbing the wedding to be done in like 3 weeks. That's when things start going sideways. And, the pressure of a wedding gets to everybody, I'm sure. Yeah. But that being said, before we continue here, let me go back and hit us with the summary. Yeah, because there is an important
moment that we don't want to skip.
There sure is. And this is season 5, episode 6. This is the one with the Yeti. And this is where obviously we have.
No.
Yes.
No, hold on. Let's backtrack for a second because what I was trying to say is there's actually a moment I just wanted to touch on with the episode that we're still on between Chandler and Monica, where Chandler is saying to him, it's okay. It's just, I really like this moment where Chandler, like, they had this fight at the hotel, and so they kind of parted. It's like, Monica is saying to Chandler, you know what, just pay me for the time, the room, and we'll just part ways, kind of, at least with the money. We'll split the money because it was a bust, right, for the weekend trip at the hotel. And Chandler is saying to Monica, well, fine, but then he thought it was over because they had a fight. And Monica's saying, well, if you gave up every time that you had a fight with someone, you'd never be with someone longer than because this explains, yes, Chandler has never been with anyone beyond that moment where things get tough, and she's saying it's nothing to freak out about, welcome to an adult relationship. And he's like, whoa,
we're in a relationship?
I'm afraid so. He's just like, okay. So it's just a great moment where Monica is sort of, they had this moment where they're splitting up the, deciding to divide up the cost because it didn't go well. But no, this isn't it. Like, he just took that as, well, this is over. This is done. And no, it's not. So Monica's kind of bringing him into the fold of, it's okay. Things can get a little rocky, but we're not just going to give up on this. So I like that moment.
I'm glad you went back and touched on that because that was a very, reflective moment and poignant moment in Chandler's character building.
Yes.
For that episode, for sure. But now we will go on to season 5, episode 6, which is the one with the Yeti. And as we have already talked about, this is truly like the end of Emily. This is the end of the line here for her story with Ross. We also get introduced to Danny, who gets hit with a fogger from Rachel and Monica in the basement. And it's really, all about the regatta gala that Rachel's got to get to.
So stupid. Oh my God. Here we go. You know what, Eric? I just want to start here because I have to say, now I feel like, am I sensing a pattern here? Because the way that she's acting with Danny is really having Joshua flashes for me. Like, I'm just feeling...
Definitely, like, giving Joshua, if I was going to talk about what the kids are saying out there. Yeah. In fact, I actually, in the middle of this episode, was like, okay, let me think about this. When does Rachel date someone that's not Ross that I go, yeah, okay? And the answer is, I don't think ever. I think, find me a name. And yeah, you're thinking. I can see the Rolodex in your brain spinning. And are you going to tell me Tag?
Well, no, I really didn't like
You're going to say
Tag.
Joey?
No, God, no, I did not.
Well, I'm waiting for a name.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's not looking good for Rachel.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I actually think Rachel...
It's rough.
Like her
not a good track record.
Her track record is beat. It's not good. And even the ones that Joshua could have been great. But she ruins it. Right?
Yeah.
I'd much rather catch more of Phoebe's storyline here with the guy shutting down all the restaurants.
Yeah, how am I not coming up with anyone? Who else?
Because they're not there.
Wow.
There's no one there.
Yeah, that's a great, it's like, I've really never thought of that, but she probably is also, she
dates a bunch of like one-off guys.
Yeah.
Like there's the episode where she, where like Ross is fielding the phone call from the guy at the bar who picked her up.
That's not good.
Like, there were a bunch of those. There's, of course, Mark. There's, but it's not. Meanwhile, I guess, I've got a bunch of people that I think Ross could have been with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think Ross's dating record is much better.
I really like
even his questionable choices are better than any of Rachel's choices.
Yeah. I really liked Ross with Charlie. I mean, this could be a whole other episode, but yeah, Ross, there were definitely some moments. I mean, Ross also had some really rough relationships as well, but
he did, but I think like Ross could have worked with Mona. I think Ross could have worked with Bonnie.
Mona!
I think Bonnie was great. I love Bonnie.
Bonnie. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, Bonnie could have been good.
Like there was actual chemistry there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, and you know what? As we're closing it down, Ross could have been with Emily. I'm just saying it. That would have worked if he didn't say Rachel at the wedding, which is a big misstep.
Ross also, he kind of tends to take on, like, I feel like he is very flexible with, he really is all about the romance and love. And I think he's willing to like, he almost will take on someone else's, not their identity, but he will sort of lean into the other person. Yeah, like he will lean into, he'll be flexible. He's open-minded in that way. He's not going to expect someone to just conform to him. He's more likely to kind of conform to the right person. Yeah.
He is not the alpha dog here.
No.
Right? He is the beta where he is going to work with whatever the more dominant person wants in this relationship. When that person is Rachel, it works out well.
Yeah.
When that person is, Charlie or Emily, his personality adjusts to them.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And I don't think he's alone in that. I think a lot of people, real life, do that.
Yeah.
In fact, I would make the argument that if you've been married for a while, or if you've been in a long-term relationship for a while, that you probably do that a little bit anyway.
Yeah. And to a certain degree, I think it's good. But it's like one of those things, and I think it depends on when you got together, how old you were. It's like how established you are in your own identity and how locked in you are, can really then that's a variable with like how much you're probably likely to adapt to someone else's ways or like, make changes for the other person, and also just someone's personality. Some people are just more likely to do that. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, a certain amount of, I guess compromise is really important. But, here we do have this whole bit though about then.
Well, I will have to say,
yeah.
I did misspeak a little in my summary because I was just so excited about the Regatta Gala, but that is the next episode. But we do get to meet Danny here.
This is where they fog Danny. Yeah,
he looks like a literal Yeti. Yes. Like they've got him in the like big hair wig and the super long beard.
Okay,
and of course he trims it down. And Rachel runs into him then in the mail area.
Okay.
And he gets to deliver the line. He's like, "Oh, so you like the short hair better?" And she's like, "Yeti? Danny?" And he's like, it's fine. He's like, "Some people are just totally into appearances." And I'm like, "Oh, man." Like, right.
I see the
right
bags.
to the heart.
Yeah. How do you know these aren't bags full of donations for children?
Are they?
Children like Capri Pants?
No. Yeah, exactly. Right. Danny knocking it out of the park. Not going to lie. He is spot on with this whole thing. Although he does get her to go out for pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess they talk a little bit there. But really, that seems to be the end of it from what we've seen in these next couple episodes.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that one in the next episode.
And I can't help but
podcast.
We all know where things go with Danny. Things get real weird with Danny. But anyway, we will get back to that. We also have, I like how this scene opens up with Phoebe saying that she has these heirlooms now that her mom has sent her that once belonged to her grandmother. I just love this moment where Phoebe whips out this giant knife from her boot to open this box in the middle of Central Perk and just stabs it into this box to open it. And the look on Chandler's face in the background is so funny. Like, they're all just like, to me, what the hell?
that is such a Phoebe moment where you have no idea what she's about to do. You just don't. She could pull out anything.
Yeah.
She's carried around bags with like telephones and rubber chickens and like all sorts of stuff in them before, and here she is whipping out not a small knife.
No, it's like a 10-inch blade. Like, this thing is like huge. And she opens this box just to find this like huge fur coat, and she's like, what the heck? Like, doesn't she know me at all? And I have a perfectly good coat here that no animals were sacrificed to make. And then we have this line from Chandler where he's like, well, yeah, just some 9-year-old Filipino kids who work their fingers to the bloody bone for 12 cents an hour. He's like, oh, no, just kidding. That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. That's not real.
Oh,
my goodness.
That's dark, Chandler. Listen, that's dark. Fun.
It is dark,
it's
but true. And Phoebe then, we get the scene with her in the apartment where she's like, oh, straight from the traps of wintry Russia. Do you think this looks good? Because Rachel's trying to convince her that it would be a crime against nature. No.
Fashion.
to cremate the jacket, which is what she wants to do to get rid of this thing. And ultimately, she decides that she does like it until she gets talked out of it by a squirrel. I don't know. This storyline is a little bizarre for me.
You know, that's all it takes for Phoebe. She looks at this little guy scurrying across the street, and she's like, "I can't do it. It's too much." And even they're all questioning it, like,
"Can't
Phoebe,
do it.
Are you wearing a fur? Don't judge me." Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah.
It is what it is.
But Ross moving though, this whole bit, because
this is
I love though Gunther being like, I'll take it all. Like
yeah.
He wants all of the things, because they're saying, wait, so and this is where we really start to see that tension between the group and Emily, where Joey's like, I don't like it, everything's changing, and like Joey's like losing it, and they're trying to tell him to keep calm, but he's
like, well, no, I've got this new place, it's got a overlook of the river or whatever. He's like, that's 3 trains away. Oh boy, I love to ride that rail.
Yeah.
Because they're all trying to keep Joey in line.
They're trying to be supportive. It's like, I really appreciate that Monica is really driving this here, where they're like, listen, we need to support Ross. As he told us that thing, he doesn't like that he doesn't want to go along with this. No, this is what he wants. So we have to support him as his friend. And Joey is kind of, he's not holding it together here. And it's like, Joey, you gotta pull it together. This isn't cool. You gotta try to be a better friend.
Well, listen, if I know Joey correctly, it's, that he's an actor and that his emotions, he's got to keep them right up on the surface. So you never know when he could just go off and lose it. Like, please, Rachel, just have dinner with us. Yeah. They're trying to keep it together, but they all leave Joey alone with Ross right when Ross says, well, I'm not really thrilled about this.
Yeah.
And so Joey's like, we all hate Emily.
All hate Emily.
No.
His line. And Monica's like, no.
And they're like, no, we don't. No, we don't hate Emily. We just think that she's asking a lot. And at which point, Ross says something.
Yeah, it's real life.
That I think is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he says, listen, maybe when one of you all get married, we can talk about this, because none of you know what it takes to make a marriage work.
Do you, Ross?
I'm sorry. Ross has been in a marriage in which he got divorced and another marriage that hasn't even started yet. What do you know, Ross? You don't know anything.
No. It's what grown-ups do.
Well, there is some truth to that, but still.
And Joey, I kind of feel like this is
I will say, I had a student say to me today that, well, you don't want to let your husband keep you from finding your future husband. And I was like, are you implying that being married is the same as being boyfriend and girlfriend, and that you can just exchange people all the time? And she's like, well, no, that's not what I meant. I'm like, well, that's kind of what you said, though. And I'm like, interesting thoughts from future generations.
Her husband.
Yeah. So in other words, like, if you're not happy with your current husband, then you can just don't let him prevent you from finding the next one.
Well,
and I was like, okay.
I mean, it explains a lot. A lot of people act that way. So
that's what I followed that up with. I'm like, hey, listen, there are plenty of people who exchange spouses constantly. I would argue that means you probably should have been married in the first place.
Yeah, maybe reconsider.
There's nothing wrong with dating.
No,
just date people.
Just
that's
don't get
fine.
Married. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just maybe marriage isn't for you if you feel that way. That
is an option.
Wow.
So yeah, but anyway, that's all reminded me of Ross.
Yes.
Today,
that's great.
Just going through the whole
perfectly
paces of finding, you don't know what it takes. Do you, Ross? Do you really know what it takes?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Well, and Joey saying then after at Central Park, I kind of feel like this is all my fault. Kind of. And he's like, oh, I'm just keeping so much to myself these days. Something's bound to come out, meaning like he's keeping the secret between Chandler and Monica. And he's like, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Like, everything's great. No.
Oh, my.
Then the apology song is also great.
The apology song is not bad.
Kind of stepping on my
The apology song. It is kind of, they're all just, you're just saying the lyrics. I mean, it is a nice touch.
Yeah.
I do like the scene when Emily calls.
Yeah.
And she Ross puts her on speakerphone, which I just think, what are you doing, man? Like, you can't do that.
But it's like the fact that she even asks, this is where things start to get weird. It's like, oh, okay. So she's purposely calling over there to get a read on what's going on.
Well, of course, because she doesn't trust him.
She called Rachel's house. You know what I mean? It's like, you do realize that, right, Emily? Like, this is Rachel's residence.
That you did, in fact, call her place.
Like,
and found Ross there.
This is where I think, honestly,
I can tell you who damn sure is not here. That's Rachel.
Is the scene that sticks with people, where it's like, ew,
you're right.
That's messed up. You know what I mean? Even though we get it, like, she's justified, but we're always gonna side, with the friends.
Everyone's gonna side with Ross, and you should. Like, I get it. No, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And this scene is the one that sticks out with people. And I think it's just because it ends so poorly. And I also think, like, listen, they could have dragged this out forever, but you needed to wrap this thing.
Let's wrap this right
No one wants to see this Emily storyline play itself out, only to eventually, end in failure anyway.
Yeah.
So just get this thing over with. We're already 6 episodes now into the next season. This is last season's story.
That's right.
Get it out of the way. So I understand them wrapping it up quickly, and I think that also is part of why people like Emily less, because they just kind of wrapped it up real quick, and they made her look real bad in order to expedite the speed and the wrapping up.
It's true. It's true.
All right, so now let's jump into our IMDb rating segment of the episode, where we talk about our ratings versus your ratings on the IMDb website, with also our own favorite and least favorite characters. I am going to go first. I usually ask you, but I'll ask you next time. My favorite character is Joey. My favorite character is Joey, and I think I said that he's been catching flack from me for a while, and I couldn't wait to put him on as my favorite character in this one. Not only does he deliver some of my favorite lines of his in the entire series, I get his favorite scene, and I think he's actually the best friend in both episodes, where he is willing to hold on to Chandler and Monica's secret, and then also the only one to step out and say, hey, Ross, you're making too many mistakes. Even though he catches bullets back for it, he does the right thing. So, Joey, favorite. Absolutely.
All right. Well, it's funny because we have a different take on this. Because Monica is my favorite character, because for me, I loved the scene with her smoothing things over with Chandler after their fight at the hotel. And then also for me, I felt like Monica was the one being the most supportive for Ross, because she was trying to say, listen, this is Ross's decision. Let's continue to support him until he tells us otherwise. And I actually picked Joey, although I find him super funny in these episodes. I actually picked him as my least favorite.
Oh, good Lord, no.
Because for me, I feel like he almost spilled the beans about Monica and Chandler. I mean, he didn't, and he's keeping it a secret, but he's complaining about seeing them kiss, and he's like, oh God, guys, like, oh, he's kind of threatening to, and then he ends up continuing to threaten to share the news, although it's really funny. And then, telling Ross that they hate Emily, it's like, all right. I mean, I don't really know if his strategy was really being the good friend. To me, it was the way that Monica was going about it was a little bit better, but there's a balance because I understand both sides. It's like some of the time we want people to be just super like, hey, this is how we feel, but is it really your place to interject into like, they're married now, like, you should probably just try to be supportive. The train has left the station. It's kind of too late for that.
She hasn't even got on the airplane yet.
Yeah, but they're married. I don't know.
Well, listen.
It's going to fall apart on its own.
Are you married? Like, he got on a plane and came.
Yeah.
What?
I still don't believe that they're actually, no papers were signed, as I was saying last week. Like, I mean, come on.
Listen, you're Ross. If you're Ross and you're married and you've said the wrong name and you've really made Emily mad, and then you got on a plane to come home to New York without her, like you saw, Rachel got on your plane. You now no longer have a ticket. So you've now made additional plans to get on another plane to get back to New York without Emily. You wrote it there. That was it. As far as I'm concerned, that was him saying, I give up.
Absolutely.
Even though he doesn't.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, and actually, Eric, I also wonder, because further ahead in the series, when we have the hilarious sequence of Ross and Rachel getting married in Vegas, and then they want to get it annulled originally. Wouldn't actually this scenario, that's just so funny.
I love that scene with
Ross has like his punch card with the divorce lawyer at that point. But wouldn't actually this scenario between him and Emily constitute even better grounds for getting annulled?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't just get it annulled.
Well,
because he makes the whole thing about how, he has his second divorce. He loves divorces. He's a divorce guy. So
that's what you are. You're the divorcing guy. Okay. Real quick, I haven't given my least favorite.
That's
my
right.
least favorite's Phoebe. I just the episode 5. Yeah. Season 5, episode 5. The one with the Kips.
Yeah.
I love all of them. I love them all. So then it comes down to the one with the Yeti, and I just don't love the mink stuff. I think what everybody else does in that I like better. So that's just whatever. That's my toss away. So Phoebe ends up at the bottom of the line.
All right. Fair enough.
Now, when we come to these two episodes, though, as far as ratings,
yes,
I'm sure it has come across like gangbusters for me when I talk about these two. The Kips, love it. The Yeti, whatever. Like, that's a throwaway episode for me, even though it's not. It gets important storyline pieces concluded and over with. But there's nothing, I don't have a whole lot about that episode that I'm real excited about. I mean, Danny, all right, they're fine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and give the one with the Kips my higher rating for sure. And my question was, how high do I rate this episode? And I'm going to put it into the elite tiering of Friends. And I'm going to give it a 9.
9.0?
I'm going to stop at 9.0. I'm going to stop it there because I had Ross's wedding with Emily as like a 9.2. And I'm like, is this better than that? Is it not better than that? I think that's a more complete episode. So I'm going to go 9 here. And I think it's really the scenes where Chandler and Monica are like on the trip that take it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything else is great. All the other scenes, him trying to talk to Rachel, Joey finding out, all the little things that took place there. You lift right out Phoebe.
Yes.
And then trying to make the better group. Like, that's all of it is great.
Yeah.
So I'm giving that a 9.
That's so funny. I have the same exact rating, 9.0.
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about
and I'm
that?
like, I feel like I always end up like giving some type of fraction. And I'm like, nope, for this one, just a solid 9. And the other one, I rated the one with the Yeti pretty high too. I really like both of these episodes, but that one I gave an 8.7.
That is much higher than I have it. I have it at an 8.1.
Okay.
And I don't know. There's something about it. It just doesn't sit right. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best I can say about it. And so it's when I see those episodes that I go, I wonder where the fans will put this one.
Yeah,
it could be anywhere.
Some moments in there, like you had called out, where Joey's like, "Rachel, please just have dinner with us," and just
That's why Joey has all the moments. Joey's got all the moments in this one.
It's just I like that it's this feeling of they're all coming back together, and we're just getting rid of that Emily person. So I appreciate that, even though
I mean, I think, and here's the thing. Let's pull up the ratings.
What do the people say?
The people say, okay, not surprisingly, the Kips is the higher one. The Kips is rated an 8.6.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Much lower than I have it. Much lower than you have it. And that spells bad news for you on the next one because that's the higher one.
Yeah, what's the next one?
The lower one, the Yeti, is a 7.8.
No! Oh,
I'm telling you.
That's messed up.
I'm telling you. No, not messed up. The people were spoken, and the people are right. I could have gone lower. I didn't. I'm glad the people have gone lower.
Wow.
Danny is just not that exciting.
No, Danny, yeah.
I think he has moments as he goes,
wow.
But this first episode, Danny doesn't pull anything. Emily, everyone hates her anyway. They're trying to get rid of her.
Yeah.
And then you've got Phoebe in the mink coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Ending on a sour note here for what was a great day because Joey got to find out in London. Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please follow our socials. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate all the support. If you could repost something or share it with your friends, we really would appreciate that. You can check out our website at werunonreruns.com or find our full episodes on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast player. For Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching episodes 7 and 8 of Season 5 this week. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.